have you left the Lyceum?
The Athenians have a term, it's impeachment.
Who accuses you?
You may know him. That's Elias. He's got beak for a nose, funny hair, and an ill-grown beard.
No, I don't recognize the name. What does he accuse you of?
He accuses me of corrupting his young friends.
I see. That's a problem I have often myself. When I speak about the divine, they laugh at me. They call me a madman. They get angry at me. But I think it's actually just their jealousy, because we speak the truth and we should go directly at them. So I'm not really likely to try their temper in this way.
Of course not. You're so well behaved. You would never impart your wisdom.
I say though, Socrates, I think you'll win your case, and I bet I win my own.
And what is your suit, Euthyphro?
Oh, my father.
Your father?
Yes.
Of what he's accused?
Murder.
Murder? A man must be of excellent character and extreme wisdom to bring such a charge against a fellow human being.
Indeed, yes.
Oh, is the murder relevant?
What does that matter? The only thing that does matter is if the slain was justly so.
Well, since you have such an exact knowledge of piety, perhaps you could enlighten me, let me be a disciple of yours, sit at your feet, understand the depths of your knowledge.
Of course.
Surely then I cannot do better than to ascend to your superior wisdom.
Piety is doing exactly as I am doing. Remember, Zeus persecuted his father, Kronos, for devouring his own sons, as happened to Uranus before him.
Maybe I'm so charged with impiety that I cannot do like the gods.
You also stand accused of doing many wonderful things, and the world is ignorant of it.
I'd love to hear about those at leisure, but right now I'm interested in piety.
Piety is doing what I'm doing, persecuting a criminal.
That's an answer, but I still do not know the truth of it.
Okay. Piety is doing that which the gods love, and so impiety is the opposite.
But the gods argue about things. They don't agree always.
Well, this is true. The gods have quarreled.
Yeah, the gods argue about things. They disagree about what is above. But a number is a number. A weight is a weight. You add up the difference, and surely we know the answer.
This is true. The gods do quarrel, but the gods themselves quarrel over what they think is good and evil.
Weights and measures, we could certainly do the math and come to a conclusion without coming to blows or hating each other.
True.
So what could make us hate each other? I would suggest that it only in matters of good and evil.
Yes, and this is what the gods quarrel over, matters of good and evil.
Certainly they are. Does not every man love what is good and just and hate the opposite of that?
Well, of course.
As you say, the gods argue about this. What is just and what is unjust, so do men. But that's how wars arise.
Yes, yes.
And what your father's accused of, surely he disagrees.
Well, yes, Socrates, but I would tell you that the gods would find it very proper indeed to punish a murderer.
But guilty men do not argue whether or not they should be punished. They argue whether or not they are guilty.
Well, Socrates, this is what lawyers argue about. It's their entire job. They argue whether a man is guilty or innocent.
They argue about whether or not a man is guilty or innocent. But if a man admits he's guilty, he does not argue about whether or not he should be punished.
Well, true.
And the gods are the same.
Yes.
So there's some things a man just will not argue about,
I suppose so.
like whether or not an evildoer should be punished.
Well, of course.
But they'll dispute about some act that's called into question.
Well, they should.
So tell me for my better instruction, would not the gods find it just to slay a servant who has murdered?
It will be a difficult task, but I think I could make the matter very clear indeed.
So what you're saying to me is that although I'm not so quick to apprehend, you will prove to me that this act is not hateful to the gods.
Well, yes, I can prove it as long as they'll listen to me.
What if Euthyphro proves to me that all the gods agree that the death of the servant is just? Then will I know any more of what is pious and unpious. For you have only given me another example. Well, so let us agree that what the gods love is holy and pious, and everything else is impious.
Why not?
Why not indeed? But will this help you to instruct me?
Well then, yes. I would say that all the gods love is holy and pious, and whatever the gods hate is the opposite, impious.
So the first thing I need to know is something pious because the gods love it, or do the gods love it because it's pious?
I don't think I understand your meaning.
So as we speak of carrying and the thing that's being carried, there's a difference between carrying and the thing that is being carried.
True.
And that which is beloved is distinct between those which love it.
Yes.
So being loved is not what makes you loved.
Perhaps.
A thing is not seen because it's visible, but visible because it's seen.
Okay.
Is it not that something that is loved is in the process of becoming or suffering?
Yes.
The same holds that the state of being loved follows the act of being loved.
Yes.
Because it's holy, or holy because it's loved.
Socrates, I don't know. Every time we find firm ground to put our arguments on, they just walk away.
So you're accusing me of being like my ancestor Daedalus, of making these toys that kind of roam around on their own?
No, I'm saying you are Daedalus, and you're the one that sets these arguments into motion.
Wait! Whatever, for my defense. So let us agree that what is holy, the gods love. Crap.
So let us agree that what the gods love
What
is
the
holy.
gods love is holy and pious.
So I'm going to say yes, the gods quarrel, and then he's
Unfortunately,
going
we're
to...
pretty much up to the part where you smile and nod a lot because you're not real bright.
I just look pretty.
Yeah, you look pretty.
Well, thank God I'm good at that.